Good day and welcome to Mayorkings TV News. Now to begin the news, here are the headlines as read by Timiola Emanuela. Ishekiri, Ijo and Ilaje graduates appeals to President Bola Tinubu to prevail on the management of Chevron Nigeria Limited. Presidential Amnesty Program calls for NCTC's support in securing Niger Delta. Expert tax federal government to integrate traditional healing practices into healthcare system. Nigeria unveils blueprint to address health sector challenges. On the business news, NNPCL urged to remove hidden levies on Dangote fuel prices. On the foreign scene, Biden announces $612 million in Florida resilience project. On the world of sport, Super Eagles still stranded at airport 12 hours after landing in Libya. Now the news in full. Graduates of Ishekiri, Ijo and Ilaje ethnic nationalities under the auspices of National Association of Ishekiri Graduates, NAIG, Egbema Baramatu Graduate Employment Front, Combot, and National Association of Ilaje Graduates, NAIG, in Chevron Nigeria Limited CNL, areas of operation in Delta and Ondo State, have appealed to President Bola Tinubu to prevail on the management of Chevron Nigeria Limited CNL to halt its ongoing staff recruitment exercise until the company guarantees them 70% of the employment opportunities. The report stated that the call by the graduate bodies was fallout on an emergency meeting they held in Warri, Delta State on Monday, 7th October. The graduate bodies, otherwise referred to as the trees, are also demanding the following. All host communities contract staff, including DT5 and DT6 graduates, should be converted as staff of Chevron Nigeria Limited. Contractors of host communities should be given right of first refusal in the award of drilling contracts, wellhead maintenance, production and procurement, as well as the reinstatement of Comrade Engineer Tini, who was terminated by CNL in purported breach of the RDC's GMOU, Pengasin, CBA, Labour Act, ILO Convention, and the National Assembly, and Federal Ministry of Labour resolutions and orders. However, the provisions of Section 28(2) of the law explicitly encourage and authorize companies to employ personnel from their areas of significant operations. It specifically states thus, the board shall ensure that the operator or project promoter shall maintain a reasonable number of personnel from the areas it has significant operations. The Presidential Amnesty Program has sought the partnership of the National Counter-Terrorism Center on the Sustainable Peace and Security Initiative of the Program for the Stability of the Niger Delta region. Speaking during a courtesy visit to the NCT's National Coordinator, Major General Adamu Laka, in Abuja on Friday, the PAP Administrator, Dr. Dennis Oturu, said the center's partnership would help deepen the program's ongoing peace and security process in the region. Otaro disclosed this in a statement issued by his Special Assistant on Media, Igoniko Oduma. The PAP administrator said his team would be delighted to collaborate with the NCTC, which is also under the Office of the National Security Advisor, to make the region safer. He noted that a peaceful Niger Delta would guarantee an increase in Nigerians' oil output and improve the economic well-being of the country in line with President Bola Tinubu's renewed hope agenda. The PAP Elsman lauded the NCTC for the effective tackling of security issues, stressing that the center had recorded significant successes. Ka had stated that the center was working tirelessly for the peace and security of the nation as he thanked the PAP administrator for the visit and the desire for the center's partnership. The federal government has been tasked with establishing a more effective psychiatric and mental health service system in Nigerian hospitals to improve cultural acceptability, accessibility, and affordability as Nigeria joined the rest of the world to celebrate World Mental Health Day this year. A healthcare consultant and former chairman of the Lagos State Traditional Medicine Board, Dr. Bunmi, made the call in Lagos. He said that integrating traditional healing practices into the healthcare system would make mental health services more culturally acceptable, more accessible, and more affordable by using the skills and knowledge of traditional healers. Meanwhile, speaking at the Mind Place World Mental Health Day Awakening Summit with the theme Awakening Minds, Access, Awareness, Action, Bunmi said there is a need for improved research and documentation of traditional mental health management practices, as well as collaborative training programs between traditional healers and Western-trained medical practitioners. On documentation, he stated that there is need for improvement in research and documentation of the practice of mental health management for traditional medicine. Further, Bunmi said that changing cultural and society conditions were responsible for the increase in mental health conditions in Nigeria today. He observed that neglecting the role of tradition and culture in context will not address psychiatric challenges in Nigeria. The federal government has announced a strategic plan to refurbish Nigeria's health sector. The government said that this would be achieved through the National Health Sector Renewal Initiative, NHSRII, and the Health Sector Strategic Blueprint 2024 to 2027, aimed at addressing long-standing systematic challenges. Dr. Montukar Sadiq, the National Coordinator of the Sector-Wide Coordinating Office, C Program Management Unit, SCO-PMU, disclosed this in an interview with newsmen on Sunday in Abuja. Sadiq said that the new framework was designed to tackle critical issues plaguing the healthcare system, including inadequate infrastructure, shortage of health sector professionals, and poor financing. He said the government was addressing these structural and systematic challenges head-on. He also said that NHSRII would leverage partnership with the private sector and development partners to close these gaps and improve health outcomes for all Nigerians. However, the blueprint also aims to address the fragmented and inefficient health supply chains, which have resulted in 41% stockout rates for family planning commodities. On the business news, the Coalition for Energy Reforms and Good Governance Advocacy on Sunday called on the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited (NNPCL) to remove hidden levies and charges on premium motor spirit (PMS), better known as petrol, locally sourced from the Dangote Petroleum Refinery. The coalition said the removal of the levies and charges would make the product affordable for Nigerians and end the worsening hardship being faced by citizens. This was contained in a statement issued in Abuja by the coalition's executive director, Dr. Jonathan Amande. The call followed the latest increase in the pump price of petrol by the NNPCL, which had triggered widespread outrage among Nigerians. The concerned citizens are questioning what prompted the fuel hike when the product is being locally refined. Reacting to the hike, the coalition called on NNPCL to urgently eliminate hidden charges on fuel prices from the Dangote Refinery, stating that these hidden levies have been added to the premium, inspection fee, margin and NMDPRA, Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, fee that were publicly declared. It's argued that these invisible government levies, including those from the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency (NIMASA), are unjustified and inflates the cost of locally produced fuel. The report stated that these levies, which have no place in the local production and sale of petroleum products, prevents the Dangote refinery from selling fuel at more affordable prices. Now on the foreign scene, President Joe Biden on Sunday toured areas of Florida ravaged by the back-to-back hurricanes and announced federal funding for projects to strengthen the electrical grid and all government efforts to help the state recover. Biden also announced $612 million for 6 Department of Energy projects in the Southeast. According to the White House, 2 of the projects are focused in Florida and provide a combined $94 million in federal funds. Biden said that the funding will not only restore power, but will make the region's power system stronger and more capable and reduce the frequency and duration of power outages while extreme weather events become more frequent. However, Hurricane Milton made landfall in Florida as a Category 3 storm on Wednesday evening. At least 16 people were killed in the storm and over 1 million remained without power. On Sunday, Biden thanked local officials for their response, pointing out that several homes had been damaged and flooded in the storms, and recognized first responders who had flooded into the region in the days following the Milton. Now in the world of sports, the delegation of Nigeria to Tuesday's 2025 AFCON qualifier against Libya still remained at the AI Abrak Airport 12 hours after landing in Libya. The chartered ValueJet aircraft was, strangely and in dangerous manner, diverted to the small airport away from Benghazi just as the pilot was completing his approach to Benghazi Airport. The AI Abrak International Airport is only used for ARC operations. Meanwhile, fatigued players and officials have remained confused as the host Libyan Football Federation failed to send any reception team or even vehicles to take the delegation members from the airport to their hotel, said to be 3 hours away in Benghazi. The NFF made arrangements for separate vehicles for the team, but the plan was disturbed by the diversion of the aircraft. Players have resolved not to play the match any longer as NFF officials are making plans to fly the team back home. However, the NFF was ready to book hotel rooms for players and officials close to the said airport, but were told by all hotels approached that they have been instructed not to welcome Nigerians. The aircraft crew also went searching for hotel rooms, but were told the same thing. Now to end the news, recap on our headlines. Ishekiri, Ijo, and Ilaje graduates appeals to President Bola Tinubu to prevail on the management of Chevron Nigeria Limited. Presidential Amnesty Program calls for NCT support in securing Niger Delta. ESPAC tasked federal government to integrate traditional healing practices into healthcare system. Nigeria unveils blueprint to address system sector challenges. On the business news, NNPCL urged to remove hidden levies on Dangote fuel prices. On the foreign scene, Biden announces $612 million in Florida resilience projects. On the world of sports, Super Eagles still stranded at airport 12 hours after landing in Libya. That's the news as read and edited by Timiela Emanuela. Thanks for watching.